Welcome back to Mostly Superheroes here on May 1st, 2025. A really exciting time to be tuning into Mostly Superheroes. Just here ahead of the weekend, we just dropped our May the 4th episode, and it shouts out a lot of stuff that's going on around town, as well as just catching you up on Star Wars. So you go check that out, mostlysuperheroes.com. It's right there on the landing page. And in the nerd vein, really excited today. First of all, let's welcome our co-host, Scotty Scoop. Give it up for yourself.
Yeah, that's applauses for me. Thank you.
You're in the first chair today, I guess.
I'm in the driver's seat.
Andy had his turn. You had your turn. So watch out. If you hear a lot of applauses today or a lot of other sounds, it's not my fault. But get ready to hit it again because we have welcoming back on a routine basis at this point, Two Rivers Comic-Con, May 23rd through the 25th in St. Charles, Missouri. Hit it for James Install.
Thanks for having me back.
Geek to Me Radio. KTRS Sunday nights at 9. How are you, James?
Good. Thanks for having me back. This is great.
Awesome to see you again. I know we've been talking a lot, but that's what I want right now. We're in crunch time. You're 22 days out.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. My gosh, I'm looking at the ticker now going, no, I need more time.
He's looking at it at tworiverscomiccon.com. That's where we'll be spending our time here. We're screen sharing, and it's a great website where you can see all the guests. It's a 3-day event, and we have a whole episode where James broke it down for us. He got to tell us what was going on, the big guests. We want to hear any new news today that we haven't talked about. If anything's happened in the recent few days, but we did just talk to you last week, and everything is happening at the Two Rivers Comic-Con landing page on Mostly Superheroes if you want to hear from James on a continuing basis leading up to the event. And you've been so great working with you, James, and giving us free tickets to give away at our trivia bingo, and it's up on our website.
Very nice.
mostlysuperheroes.com/contest. You can get free tickets to Two Rivers Comic-Con and Comic-Cons. Scotty, talk to us about your Comic-Con experience, because James got to talk about all the ones he's been to over the years that have not only allowed you to make the connections with all these cool actors, writers, illustrators, and get them on Geek to Me Radio, but now they're coming to the actual Comic-Con. But I mean, how many years you've been going to Comic-Con, Scotty?
I think I started in 2005, and St. Louis has really been like a dead space for Comic-Con, so I would always go north to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Wizard World for a long time, and just the steady decline, seeing that over the years. I think it was 2009, 2010 when, I think the big three pulled out, and then it was just worse and worse and worse. But then they started to kind of rally the troops, and then we got our own Wizard World, and I went to that a couple of times and just kind of found it lacking. I went across the state to Planet Comic-Con, which was
phenomenal.
Amazing. An amazing event they put on out there. It seems like it gets bigger every year.
And you raved
Bigger
about
and
that
bigger
one,
and bigger.
James. You said that that's a really great one. And then what was the one you said is best for its money when you first came in here? Connecticut?
Terrific con in Uncasville, Connecticut. Yeah, it's coming up August 8th, 10th through the 8th through the 10th, or 10th through the 12th. Coming up in August. That's one to put on your calendar for sure.
What other Comic-Cons around town? It's like you said, St. Louis is you've been living here the whole time.
Yeah.
It's been a struggle.
It's just been, small little get-togethers and events, and you go to this thing at the Machinist Hall, or you go to this thing, you can go down to Cape Girardeau has I can't remember what they call it. I think
Cape
it's just,
Con, I
yeah,
think,
Cape
isn't it?
Con. Nothing really big.
Big Rivers? Big River?
Big River in Hannibal, that's a nice one. She always has at least one good artist, one wrestling person, then someone, lately it's been the past 3 years, someone from the Star Wars fandom. So she had the Armorer, Emily Swallow. She had Spencer Wilding, who was the body double for Darth Vader in Rogue One, and he's done a lot of Doctor Who and Game of Thrones stuff. And then usually a very solid artist as well.
Well, then I want to go to Two Rivers Comic-Con, because it's kind of like all these ones that have come before. The problem that you're trying to solve not only in the area, but you're just trying to host a great con, right, James? So Two Rivers Comic-Con, the countdown is on. The guests are happening. It's a 3-day event in St. Charles with partners in the great St. Charles area. I know you're working with a lot of great sponsors. Any news or anything that you want to share off the bat? And then we're just going to give Scotty queue up your questions.
Yeah.
Any questions you got, we'll spend some time on the website. But let's let you talk about Two Rivers for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just very excited. This is something, to your point, that it is kind of a no-go zone here in St. Louis. We've had Wizard World. It was 2013. Started with
Yeah.
Stan Lee, Henry Winkler, Neil Adams. I mean, that's kind of like setting the bar pretty high. And just felt like each year was kind of a little less,
Yeah.
a little less. And then 2020, we had this Smallville cast was supposed to come, and I was so excited. And COVID put a stop to all that.
Really did.
And then they pulled out. Fan Expo gave it a shot. Didn't like it, even though we had Kevin Smith here. I would think that would be a big turnout, and now this October, I guess GalaxyCon's taking a stab at St. Louis, but again, it's not a Comic Con. It's more of a pop culture event.
Pop culture celebrities. Let's bring in, just a bunch of people.
Right. And I get that, because that's going to bring in a lot of the people who they don't know comic books, but I know this person who was on Downton Abbey or whatever it is they bring in. So I get it, because we're bringing in voice actors, but it's comic book related. So we've got Phil Lamar, we've got Susan Eisenberg, Maria Canals-Barrera, and Carl Lumley, who is not only Martian Manhunter in Justice League, but he also just starred in Captain America: Brave New World. So he's going to be a huge draw. I think Phil Lamar does so much voice work.
Man, he is so good.
Samurai Jack, Pulp Fiction.
You could meet the real Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah.
It could happen. And I know the theme this year is superheroes, looking to make this an annual event to where the category will change, but this year it's superheroes. Your comic book friends are there. Your local shops are there. Scotty, hit him. What do you got, man? We're planning on getting there. We want to see about overall questions about the con. You're up.
One of my favorite things to do at the con, I could really just go there and just look through long boxes all day. What do you got for vendors?
Yeah, so we've got, not only do we have brick and mortar comic book stores like Bugs Comics and Games, we've got the Fantasy Shop will be there. We've got Endless Comics. We've got Comic Relief in St. Charles.
Yeah, I know Mike.
I'm trying to think of a couple other ones, but we've got independent people who have fantastic collections, like Schneidy Man Comics is going to be there, Professor G Comics, Magnitude 10 Comics. We've got people coming, even they're bringing their own just personal stuff.
Yeah.
Like my friend Robert Jones has a bunch of comic books he's bringing, along with some crafts that he makes and everything like that, nerd-related crafts. So just a ton of people. And so, yeah, you'll have a lot of options to look through if you're a back issue boy, if you just want some of the newer stuff, there'll be people with those. So, yeah, a little bit of everything for the comic book lover.
And paint the picture again. You talk about this all the time, I know, but the locations. Just talk about the buildings where people need to find on Google Maps and know where they're going to be spending their foot traffic time.
Yeah, so that's on the website. If you go to the website and if you click on event schedule and maps, there'll be locations that will take you to both the, you'll have obviously the layout. You'll also have where the addresses are, and they're very close to each other. So if you're familiar with downtown historic St. Charles at all, the Foundry Art Center is going to be transformed into what we're calling the Hall of Justice. So not only will our 4 voice actors be there, but Alan Burnett, who did the screenplay for Batman Mask of the Phantasm, among writing Batman Beyond, Ozzy and Drix, Justice League Action, and so many more. Dan Reba, who was a storyboard artist and director on Justice League, on Batman the Adventures, on Static Shock, on all these too, he'll be there setting up in heroic fine art. Now, these guys bring in not only themselves, but they've got this fantastic booth where you can buy high-end animation cells, Alex Ross original art. They're going to have stuff by Kevin Altieri and these artists who worked on these projects. And then Dan Reba will also be drawing for you. So if you're a fan of that art style that the Warner Brothers has brought in, that's a fantastic booth to check out. And that'll be at the Foundry Art Center as well.
What do you think, Scotty?
That's amazing.
I mean, is this for you?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You're talking to a comic book. He's got over 5,000 comic books. He's a real deal weekly reader. He brings us long boxes for us to borrow. He's like pretty much our private comic book store.
I do my best to indoctrinate the guys here with comic book stuff.
And not to say this con isn't for any superhero fan, but like diehard fans like this is for you, Scotty. What else you feeling?
Another one of my favorite things to do is just sit down and people watch. A lot of cosplaying always going on at the Comic Cons. I know sometimes you see some professionals. We got any professional cosplayers coming?
Not this first year. I've made friends with a couple of them who I've reached out to, and they're like, "Hey, are you going to have them?" Like, it's just not in the budget, because obviously these people are professional. You want to pay them for their time and coming in and everything like that. And it just, this first year, I kind of wanted to keep the focus kind of lean and mean, mainly on the main comic book creators we wanted to bring in, like Roy Thomas, like Rick Leonardi, like our local talent, Rick Burchett, Andy Parks, Cullen Bunn. Not Cullen Bunn. We reached out. Cullen Bunn's next year. Sorry. Spoiler.
On the
Uh-oh.
list.
Spoiler alert. Cullen Bunn.
Breaking news.
Roadhouse that.
This is, we can cut it out if you'd like.
No, that's fine. We'll put it. We'll
Okay.
leave it in. That's
This
fine.
could be one of those like hidden nuggets. Like you got to
Ooh.
listen to the pod to
Right.
find out this stuff.
Right.
Excited for next year.
Yeah. What was the
Hold
theme next
on.
year?
Next year is 80s and 90s theme.
Right. So that's 2026.
yeah.
And I mentioned.
Mr. DNA.
Oh, nice. Oh, I love it.
Dino DNA.
I can almost hear the Jurassic Park theme song now coming through.
It's Scotty's hat. He's got Dino Mr. DNA on it.
I got this at Universal. Rode the Velocicoaster.
All right. On your point though about cosplay, not to say screw professional cosplayers
No,
because
not
we're
at all.
friends with a lot of them. Frankly built.
yeah,
Frank.
frankly built. Yeah, Danielle DiNicola.
They're awesome. So I'm totally kidding because like my gosh, I just give the nerd bow. But what I'm trying to say is if you're just a regular person like me and you want to just do your best to throw on the best Comic-Con cosplay that you can do, like it's so fun dressing up as Star-Lord and like whatever your favorite
Be
thing
you.
is, and see
Who's your favorite character?
and see what you can do. So like I think it's you welcome that, right? People can dress up.
We're gonna have a cosplay contest. We haven't announced it officially because we're still. That's next week's schedule is working out the comic panels, when we're gonna have the different panels, and of course the cosplay contest, which we know will be Saturday. We just don't know what time. So there'll be an adult division and a kids division. So kids are up to 12 and up. This is Elizabethan rules. You're an adult at 12. So we're going to make you participate with the adults in the cosplay contest.
Nice. It's time to grow up and see if you can beat your dad at cosplay, essentially.
There you go.
Yeah.
Man, this is awesome. Thanks for coming in, catching us up. What else you got, Scotty? I know you have more questions than that. You're looking forward to being there. We're going to try to be there. I also wanted to ask, it's May 1st. We're counting down. Can people still get a booth? Is this still something that could happen? And I'm kind of asking for us and some of our friends, maybe we'll get in on the action.
Yeah, I think we've got, last I looked, I think we had 3, because the map has not been updated. We actually got 4 more vendors since last time I was on the show.
Good.
So I think we've got about 3 10x10s left. So if anyone's listening right now, it's $300 for a 10x10. If you want one of those together, we can get a 10x20 for $500. But yeah, so there's still some spaces left to go for vendors.
I'm glad you're sharing it here on the pod. Anybody that wants to get in on that, go to Two Rivers Comic Con and go try to book that. But also myself, me, and some people might be interested in that. So we might be talking to you, James, to figure something out.
If it's you guys, I'll cut you a deal.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Wink.
Wink. Well, and that's a message to anybody out there that's looking to make a good deal too. It's all about value trading and trying to help each other out, right? So thank you for that. I'll say that. Thank you very much.
Of course.
So I guess we'll definitely be there now. Look at that. Hey, it's Logan from Mostly Superheroes, the podcast, here with a very special announcement. Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis hosts their program Charity on Tap, where they support local groups and organizations that need their help. Next up on Charity on Tap at Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis is Team Jakey End the Stigma. Team Jakey has been ending the stigma in the St. Louis area for over 11 years, helping advocate for mental health resources and support, and partnering up with groups like the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Missouri and Provident Behavioral Health in St. Louis. And it's not just Alamo Drafthouse teaming up. We, of course, have our friends Four Hands Brewing Company helping us out as well. Beginning April 1st at Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis, for every Four Hands citywide American Pale Ale purchased, $1.50 will be donated to Team Jakey to help support their mission to end the stigma. The first 100 patrons will receive a prize pack, a limited edition koozie, and sticker pack, and more. Big thank you to Alamo Drafthouse St. Louis for their generosity with Charity on Tap, and Four Hands Brewing Company for helping out with the cause as well. You can learn more about Team Jakey on Facebook and at mostlysuperheroes.com/Team Jakey. You can also see our event details, mostlysuperheroes.com/events. That's mostlysuperheroes.com/events.
You've heard others, but nothing could prepare you for the shameful stupidity that is the Jock and Nerd Podcast. Hear Imran.
So if you offend everyone at once, it's a wash. I've covered everybody.
Anthony.
Sorry, I was texting. Say that again.
and Rug Boy
Yeah, whenever there's a snowstorm, my slack hole tightens up.
as they talk over one another.
Just exactly
John
the same
Connor
as,
was the fucking
Jennifer.
Terminator.
We're talking over each other. It's fine.
Sorry.
Swear
I had boobies.
and ask you for money.
Just give us the money.
Witness the hubris as they claim to be the world's authority on comic book movies.
Who said?
Never said that. You've never said that.
Who cares? A jock said that.
Comic book, TV, movie reviews, news, and whatever they choose. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you find your favorite podcasts. The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Can't be silly, goofy fun.
Seriously, people really listen to this.
Talking nerd.
Hi, everyone. I'm interrupting this podcast to talk about another podcast. Hi, I'm Randy Naughton. You know that lady from TV for so many years? Well, I too have a podcast called More to Say with Randy Naughton. Interesting conversations with interesting people. And when I say interesting, I mean amazing people. What about the Mac Daddy of all sportscasters, Bob Costas? Phyllis from The Office. Phyllis Smith is her name. Alan Hunter, one of the original MTV VJs. We talk to people about medicine, about tech, about travel, you name it. Great conversations. Now, they're, again, not interviews, they're conversations. So you never know where they're going to take us. Make sure when you're done with this podcast, check mine out. It's called More to Say with Randy Naughton, available wherever you stream your podcast.
Hey, superhero fans, it's Logan here from Mostly Superheroes. To celebrate 40 years of Voltron, we've got something truly special for you. The Little People Collector Voltron 40th Anniversary Gold Label Set. This buildable set features the 5 original Defenders: Keith, Lance, Pidge, Hunk, and Princess Allura. Each figure comes with a helmet featuring a metallic finish and clear visors, except for Pidge, who needed room for his glasses. But that's not all. These Space Explorer figures are packaged in individual lions that you can assemble to form the mighty robot Voltron, ready to defend the universe from King Zarkon and his nasty Robeasts. Head to store.voltron.com, linked up in the description of this podcast episode, and snag yours today. You can get 15% off your order by using promo code MOSTLY at checkout. That's store.voltron.com, and remember to use promo code MOSTLY. What else you got, Scotty?
How long did it take you to actually get this rolling? Like from just maybe this is something we need to do here to boom, booked.
How many days do we have left to go? Because it's still coming together. It's one of those things. I feel like literally I wake up every morning. I've forgotten something. What have I forget? So it's. I mean, we're putting things together. Like I said, we're still getting vendors. The sponsor cutoff, we already locked it in because we're having the T-shirts made with all the sponsors' logos all over them. We've got some fantastic sponsors. I'm just overwhelmed and blown away because a lot of these people who have joined up, signed on, I've made connections with over the past however many years I've been working with people like Chef Liz, who was immediately like, how can I help? The people in First Capital Trading Inc., who run that shop down there on South Main. What can we do to help? You know, the Cardinal Sin Distillery, this sounds like fun. What can we do? So it's been phenomenal. Tony Viviano's Viviano and Sons, they're providing all the food that Chef Liz is making for the green room for our guests. We had her on to talk about all the stuff she's doing. So it's from conception, it's been kicking around the back of my mind for a couple of years because, like you said, we don't have anything and we should. And I see Planet Comic-Con growing as much as they have in the past 25 years. As I said last time, Mitch in Connecticut started in a tent, and now he takes over the Mohegan Sun Convention Center. There's no reason why we shouldn't have something like that. We deserve something like that.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So
There's just so many shops here.
Yeah.
You know these people want this.
Yep. A lot of friends of the show, a lot of friends of Scotty. We like it's time. It's overdue, right? You're like,
Well, and like I said, I had to travel to get to a large enough con where I felt like, this is worth something.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're really hoping is when you come, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, we've got David Michelini and Mark Bagley. I can get my ASM 361 signed by both of them. And then we're going to have CGC facilitators on site to take care of that for you if you want to have it preserved.
Always great.
But if you just want to have it signed and put in your collection, that's great too. There's Roy Thomas, who's, his work on Avengers. I was going through my Avengers collection. Oh, he did that one too. Oh, there's another one. I'm going broke pulling out the comics. I'm going to have Roy Thomas sign. But Rick Leonardi, Rick Burchett, Keith Williams is a phenomenal artist and inker who you can kind of see certain people, Rob Liefeld, whose style has changed over the years. his remained so consistent. You'll see it when he draws and then look back at the covers he's done for U.S. Agent, for She-Hulk, and his style is so consistent. He's working on a cover swipe with Dan Reba that they're doing a cover swipe of ASM 129, except it's going to be black costume Spider-Man being shot by Deathstroke the Terminator, hence the Dan Reba side of it.
Nice.
So that's another thing too. Chuck Patton is going to be there. He'll do commissions. So all those prices are up on our Instagram site as well. But so yeah, if you're a comic art fan and you like original art, get some of that. Bring your own blank covers or a sketch to have them do, and that's on the table as well.
Bring the sketchbook. A lot of people, they've got their sketchbook.
What are their pro tips for people? What else you got for pro tips? Do they need to bring anything else? Anything else to be handy? Should they bring a bag to help collect things?
Yeah,
that type of
big
thing.
Bag,
like
backpack.
Like you got to be.
I always
to,
bring a backpack.
You got to be ready to buy some stuff, and get some stuff going. All right, I'm thinking of a fun game that we could play where the event is 3 days, May 23rd through May 25th. And James, I kind of want you to see in 1 minute or 2 minutes, talk about each day. And Scotty, you have any questions that come up along the way about where something is or who it is, and you don't have to listen. You're doing a great job listening to everybody. But if you broke it down in order, what happens Friday? If people are like, oh, I'm thinking about going just Friday, but I might be doing just Saturday, or for the people that want to go to the whole thing, it kind of starts for me with I'm talking to the person that might be really wants to go, but it's on the fence for the little things.
Mm-hmm.
How's the parking? You mentioned everything's really close, so I picture. If you park somewhere nearby, you're going to be okay. Is that about right?
Yeah, and the great thing is St. Charles has free parking. It's one of those things where if you want to park at the boathouse, we're going to have the Convention and Visitors Bureau, who has been our biggest cheerleader on this. They were originally kind of like, hey, what do you need from us? What can we do? How can we provide help? And every time I go to them and say, hey, you got the trolley running. Could we get a trolley to come by our place? Yeah, we'll see if we can get you your own trolley.
That's amazing.
The parking thing. Hey, can we open up this lot? Yeah, we'll open up that lot for you.
I like that.
And they've just been a breeze to work with. Elizabeth and Dan and Aaron and Ryan, all of them at the Convention and Visitors Bureau have been phenomenal. This wouldn't be going on without a great deal of help from them.
They know hospitality, and it's time to host a big group of people. Okay, you walk in Friday. What's your ideal Comic-Con look like on Friday? Where are you walking?
Friday's always my favorite day of the Comic-Con, and you might feel the same way because it's that new, everyone's got that new energy on the floor. All the guests maybe have just arrived and are settling in, and you're bringing them something that they haven't seen yet to sign, and you get to kind of be the first person to walk the floor, go through the comic book long box and say, oh, let me get this before someone else snaps it up.
Nothing's been picked over yet. You get first dibs.
Here we go.
So that's always Friday is always my favorite day of a 3-day con because it's that you're walking in with you don't know what to expect. There's that little bit of anticipation, kind of like previews for a movie you're going to see, and it's so much fun. And then that's going to end that night, but it doesn't end when the con ends because Friday night we have a free after party. Anyone with a wristband to show they've been to the con, go by the Soda Museum and Main Street Arcade on North Main Street. They get in for free. Free unlimited gameplay. You can buy pizza from Dogtown Pizza. You can have an adult beverage if you'd like to buy one of those as well. And you can just hang out. They've got Skee-Ball. They've got Frogger. They've got Joust, all the cool arcade games from when I was a kid that now my nephews who are 5 and 3, they want to play Frogger. And they had the greatest time. It's this is so cool.
I love that. Hear that collaboration, Scotty?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what day you were thinking about going, but Friday all of a sudden just lit up.
I'm actually off on Friday.
Ooh.
So it got a prep for my Mexico trip.
All right. Talk to us about Saturday.
Well, before I get up on Friday.
Yeah.
I will say
Friday, May 23rd.
Yeah. So if you're thinking, the game thing sounds kind of fun, but, I'm a little. So Cardinal Sin Distillery, they do bourbon, they do rye, they do some vodka with infusion and everything like that. So they offer to host a special party for us. Andy Parks is a big bourbon guy. So it's Cardinal Sin Distillery. We partnered with Andy. We had him do a special Daredevil sketch for us that we had laser etched on bourbon glasses. So for the price of the ticket, and these are all on our special events page, I believe, or maybe they're under tickets. There it is. Yeah, it's right there. So event schedule map and tickets. So you can get your tickets for this still. You get the glass. You get to taste all of the spirits that he's got. So Andy is going to do a little talking about the stuff he likes. Bill Shore, who runs the place, is very knowledgeable. He does all the distilling. He'll talk about the process, what they have, what they do. You can buy the bottles and walk out the door with them. Probably wait till you get home to drink those. Don't pop them open on the streets. It's not New Orleans. But that's going to be a really fun event. I'm so excited about that one.
You could take it down to Soulard.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. They won't care.
I might be in for that.
All right.
Scotty likes the cocktails.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too much.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I know
No,
your
not
your
quite.
movie and TV trivia. I think I had Janelle said you had a lot of old fashions that night. I'm like, they were so good.
Well, we went to the Alamo and saw Revenge of the Sith last night and I had a lot of the citywides for the charity on tap for Team Jakey. So go get those citywides, folks. I sure did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I wasn't trying to like hold your hand or anything. You made it seem like I was making a move or something.
Should I go? I feel like this is awkward suddenly.
Yeah, actually, James, I have to talk to Scotty for a little.
Okay.
Turn down James.
I'll be in the green room. Sorry.
Saturday, May 24th.
Yeah.
What's on your mind on that day? You're starting up. What time does it get started?
So that one kicks off, I believe we open at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So it's one of those early start days of the con that allows you to get in there. Anything you saw Friday, because you get the lay of the land on Friday sometimes, and Saturday you go in and start hitting the floor, getting your deal. Saturday is always the busiest day to any Comic-Con. And looking at our ticket sales that we sold so far, that's going to be the case here too. So that might be a day like, hey, we're bringing the kids, we want to get in, we want to have our picture taken with Phil Lamar or Maria Canals-Barrera and get a quick autograph or something like that. That's a good day to do the meet and greets, especially like that. And it's also a great day to get in line and get some of your comic books signed. So if you bought comic books on Friday, take that Avengers number 44, first appearance of Red Guardian, over to Roy Thomas, have him sign it, and then walk it over and get it sealed and slabbed if you want to do that. Mark Bagley, Chuck Patton, they'll all be doing signatures and everything like that as well. You can get commissions. If you get the commissions on Friday, some of those guys are quick. They'll have them done for you Saturday. So go back to the table and pick them up on Saturday. But just enjoy the vendors, because Saturday, if you think it's too busy, they got such a line over at Carl Lumley, walk around the vendors, do the tabletop gaming displays that Tabletop Masters will have. The Fantasy Shop has gaming displays they're going to be doing at the Foundry. And we're going to have two plumbers showing up with some of their retro arcade machines that they'll have for free play there. So if you just want to kill some time while the line goes down, get in there and play some arcade games, the Two Plumbers booth.
There's stuff to do. And if there's a line happening, go do something and come back and keep circling. You've thought of it.
Right.
You've thought it through. You also have, I think, Conan is, like you said, and Tenacious Heat's helping out with Conan, right?
Yeah, so
License?
Saturday night. Yeah, so Saturday night, again, after everything is over, Two Plumbers, who I just mentioned,
Right,
they have a fantastic facility for retro arcade, and they've also got gaming. You can go there. They've got oven-fired pizzas you can buy. They've got a bar with some great IPAs and beers that they make in-house. So it's Two Plumbers, like Mario and Luigi.
Yeah,
And they
of
do the beer.
course, yeah.
So you can go and play some arcade games. If you get the ticket, and again, you'll have to have a pass to get in.
Wristband from
to-
Saturday.
yeah. So you'll
Or
be able to.
Any day.
You know what? I don't think we've mentioned that. I think
Are they different colors for each day?
they are.
That's
Yeah,
good.
we've got
Good.
a thing to differentiate. So you know what? I don't think we differentiated. We have to have a 3-day pass. So if you really want to go to the Conan screening, you're only going to be there on Saturday. Might as well buy the ticket and go.
Yeah.
We won't kick you out.
Right.
But there are limited tickets, I should say, for both the whiskey tasting and for the Conan thing. We're limited on our tickets. So once those sell out, we'll have a thing on the website that says we're getting low. This is your last chance. But that's going to be with Roy Thomas. So with your ticket for that, you will get to have a couple hours of free gameplay in their event space upstairs. So all the arcades, again, will be on free play. You'll get a voucher for a free Roy Thomas autograph at the con. So if you show up at the con on Saturday, say, hey, I got my ticket, I've already bought, show us the confirmation, you can get your ticket and go have Roy sign something for you Saturday. Or you can come back on Sunday, have him sign it then. So you'll get the Q&A with Roy Thomas, because he was an a consultant on Conan, 1982 Conan. This is also something we want to say, maybe not bring the kids to, because it is a hard R movie.
Have you seen it, Scotty?
Oh, of course.
What are your feelings about this situation?
Yeah, Conan the Barbarian, great.
Yeah.
I'm getting a current Conan book. It's full magazine size with lots of stories in it. Man, Conan.
Yeah.
So you could see the movie and get a Q&A with someone that worked on the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And then you get the free autograph as well that you can redeem. So if you want to get your Conan number 4, first appearance of Red Sonja, bring it over and have Roy sign that. Go to the screening, check that out, have some fun, play some games. They'll have a bartender upstairs, so it's a cash bar. So if you want to get a couple of drinks while you're hanging out and watching the movie, you can do that. It's kind of a fun setting. We thought about doing a movie theater, but also I'm like, this is going to be more fun because it's
Yeah.
more intimate. If you've been
Social.
to Two Plumbers, it's a great facility, so we're very happy to have them.
All right, before we move on to Sunday, question, Scotty. I really like this episode. It's really painting a picture of what the weekend's going to look like. Those tickets are on sale. TwoRiversComicCon.com. Where's your head going, Scotty?
Yes, like he said, Saturday. You go in there. It's usually the most crowded day, and you're like, man, there's just so many people, but there's always gonna be room. Just find what you want.
Yeah.
It's always,
Well,
always.
to your point, that sounds like the best day for people watching
Oh, for sure.
because it's the most people.
Yeah. Everybody's off work. They've dedicated their entire day to this,
Yeah.
and they're going all in.
All right, so we we were up late watching Conan and having too many whiskeys, and you know what? Sunday, it's time. The big last hurrah. What are we looking for Sunday?
Sundays are always the slowest day at any con because people have like, I can do Friday and Saturday, but then Sunday's going on. But luckily, you've got Memorial Day off. So why not spend all day Sunday at the con? So that's why I always encourage a 3-day pass for this event because you're going to be able to rest on Monday. So, but it'll be a lot of fun because that'll be your last chance to get this stuff. So anything you didn't do Friday and Saturday, Sunday you get in there, you get that photo op with the person, you get the autograph on the stuff you're wanting. And the best thing about Sunday too is a lot of the vendors, they won't want to bring their stuff home with them. So they'll make some deals. So if you saw something you really were like on the fence of, get the thing you want on Friday so you don't miss out if it's a really good deal. But then if you look at something like, I'm going to come back, Sunday is a great
Keep
deal
it in your head.
to do the shopping with the vendors. Exactly. Yeah.
Doing this job, I start to hear the hook when it happens. That's a hook. You can,
sure.
you can scope something out and be like, I'll come back tomorrow, maybe get this half off or something. Like, that's amazing. Get a deal.
Yeah.
Always the best time to make a deal. When I went to Wizard World, I got a full-size Old Man Logan statue. I think I paid $65 for it.
Wow.
And man, I mean, brand new. It was like a $270 statue.
And what else is happening Sunday?
Sunday, we're going to have the final wrap up and everything like that. We've already locked in our featured writer for 2026. So Sunday, we're going to make that announcement. So anyone who's at the con, you'll be the first people to hear who our featured writer is for 2026 Two Rivers Comic Con. And it's a doozy.
Oh, amazing.
I'm so thrilled.
What a teaser.
We just locked it Monday. I just talked to the guy, got it locked in. So I'm super excited.
Oh, man. All right, James, count us in for a booth.
All right, fantastic.
Let's do it. Mostly Superheroes booth. Hit the button. Do we have to be there the whole time? Can we figure that out?
Yeah, no, it'll be your booth. So
okay,
if you
we'll
guys want to come and go or whatever you guys decide.
What you got, Scotty? This is final last call on questions on Two Rivers Comic Con, May 23rd through May 25th. We are really excited to help you promote the show, James, to be there. Scotty's going to be just picking up comic books, getting things signed.
I've got some gaps I need to fill, so that's where I'll spend most of my time.
And you can definitely win the tickets, like we said, mostlysuperheroes.com/contest. We got tickets for Sunday. We're going to give those away also at our screen and social May 10th to see Marvel's Thunderbolts at Alamo Drafthouse, a noon movie, and lots of surprises after the movie at the Alamo City Foundry, St. Louis, May 10th. Come out and try to win some Comic-Con tickets.
The big show.
In the big show, we're going to only do the big show if it's available. For the movies we're seeing for our screen and socials, we'll always be in the big show at the Alamo. You like the Alamo,
It's
James?
a great theater. Oh my gosh, you walk through that Monty Python mouth. Come on, that's incredible. All the movie posters.
Have you met the folks over there yet?
Yeah, talked to Jen over there.
Yes.
Met her. Yeah, so it's fantastic. I love going down there. I wish it was closer.
I know. Yeah, that's what Scotty
same.
says.
I live in Ellisville.
Okay.
So it's a drive for me.
Yeah.
But
it's
I love
worth
going there. Yeah.
And Mark Bluestein, he's the program director over there. He now comes on once a month to tell us about the movies for the next month. So keep an eye out for that. And then you can also win tickets literally the day before the Comic-Con starts off. We are promoting a huge event, Four Hands Brewery, downtown, Taps for Team Jakey, May 22nd. That's a Thursday night. This could kick off your big, long Memorial Day Comic-Con weekend. And if you're a last-minute person and you still want some tickets, if it's okay with you, James, we'll have a couple there for grabs to send some people last minute for Sunday, Two Rivers Comic Con. So join us May 22nd for Taps for Team Jakey, but May 23rd through May 25th, St. Charles, Two Rivers Comic Con. That's tworiverscomiccon.com. Last call for questions, Scotty.
Man, I don't have a whole lot. I'm super excited. This is really what this area needs is a good con.
Yeah, we want the community to be really involved. And I should mention, too, we mentioned Tabletop Masters, they're going to have a special after hours, I cannot speak. Let me buy a vowel. After hours event.
It'll be smooth.
Yeah, it'll be perfect. No one will know.
They won't.
So on Saturday, they'll have one because the Best Western, where we've got a room block. So if you're listening to this and you're from out of town, we've got a couple different hotels you can click on that will give you a really nice rate if you book through the website. So I want to mention that, too. But the Best Western Plus very graciously gave us a use of one of their conference rooms that they'll be doing some Tabletop Masters, and you can actually register for some of the events because this is a full-on event. If you want to participate in this, you can register on the website homepage. There's a link to the Tabletop Masters thing that takes you through to their site, so you can buy a ticket to register for the actual event, which is hardcore stuff.
Wow, that's amazing. And I really do appreciate the hotel booking tips too. For anybody that's traveling to town, like we're going to have people that, just like people, we drive to Kansas City, we drive to Chicago. If you guys are out there, make your way to St. Louis. It's a
come up and spend a few days.
It's really nice. This is just outside of St. Louis. You could definitely still see St. Louis City, spend some time in lovely St. Charles. Anything else we should tell people to check out on the website? You can check out the vendors, the sponsors, the map, and buy those tickets.
Yeah, the tickets thing. And like I said, if there's anybody, my marketing and comms person, Liz Henning, is great. She's been putting up, as we get pricing from these people, if you go to the website, they should be eventually have a thing where you can click on to see if you want to budget, like, how much money should I bring? You can be able to click on and say, Chuck Patton charges $150 for a full sketch, and then I need another $100 for Keith Williams to ink it. So you kind of budget that way too.
Nice. I love that. Just to know what to expect. What a great lineup. Kudos to you, James.
Thank you.
And to all your partners. This is a lot of work, and this is locally built. This is a grassroots event. This is different than the cookie cutter corporate stuff we've seen, and that has inspired us to be a part of it. So we hope if you're listening, you get a part of it as well. Even if you're not a comic book fan or a superhero fan necessarily, supporting things like this do lift up your community, and it gives people that might not always have that community to find a place to be, just like any group of people, just finding kind of like those like-minded friends to feel like, St. Louis does welcome this type of stuff. So good on you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see Two Rivers Comic-Con, man. And we're excited for maybe seeing you on Geek to Me Radio.
Yeah, we need to do that
one day.
Yeah, we need to definitely set that up. Have you guys into the studio at KTRS and
maybe when you're not
so
busy.
Nerd stuff. Yeah,
maybe when it dies down a little.
June, July.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds good. But we're excited, right? I mean,
I'm super amped.
It's gonna get.
I wish I wasn't going on a trip that weekend.
Right.
So
yeah. When do you leave?
I leave on the 25th.
Oh, okay.
So
well, hey,
super early that Sunday morning.
You'll be fine.
So
you'll be fine.
I am super glad I took that Friday off.
Yes.
Are you flying or driving on your trip?
We are flying to Mexico.
So yeah, and you can do the Conan screening on Saturday and just sleep on the plane. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He will. This guy. He'll make it.
I'll have my wife pack.
If there's anything else we can do to help you, James, let us know. We'd love to collab with you. We got cool prizes and stuff. Maybe that's something we could bring to the table for people to win. If you're already set on that stuff, great. But if you're looking for more tickets to shows and stuff, we got stuff from St. Louis Symphony Orchestra, Fabulous Fox. We're helping promote a lot of shows, so we could help you out on that front a little bit. But we'll talk more off the podcast, and we'll see you at your con.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you so much you guys have been great with helping the promotion and just kind of getting the word out there more. Really appreciate it. That's kind of what we need right now.
You got it, man. And thanks for coming to Trivia Bingo.
That was so much fun. Oh my gosh.
It is a good time, isn't it?
Dude,
so much fun.
You and Janelle and Chef Liz was there, and Randy Naughton came out, and it was just, Brad and STL came by. I was like,
yeah, I saw that too.
I was like, Scotty, really?
I can't believe I missed that one.
Hey, you got to miss some of them. It's okay. All right, well, check out Geek to Me Radio. That's on KTRS here locally, but you can find Geek to Me Radio where you get podcasts. James, Install, Scotty Scoop. I'm Logan Janis. We'll see you next time. That's Mostly Superheroes. Take it easy. Mostly Superheroes is proud to be funded in part by our sponsors. Mostly Superheroes is funded in part by paying patrons who receive early, ad-free, and exclusive episodes. Subscribe at mostlysuperheroes.com/support. Thank you for supporting your favorite independent podcast. Mostly Superheroes is an independent podcast owned and operated by Kerrigan Ventures in St. Louis, Missouri. Hosted by Logan Janis, Andy Hunn, and Scott Swearingen. Brand and creative by Carrie Clark Design. Music by Audionautics. Learn more at audionautics.com. Find more at mostlysuperheroes.com.